Hi there. Today I wanted to do a short video lesson for you on Kegels, the Feldenkrais Way. So I think most people know what Kegels are. It's locating the muscles of your pelvic floor and just contracting them, lifting up on those muscles and letting them go, and lifting up and letting go. And when you have a baby, they tell you you should do this 20 times a day for the rest of your life. Yeah, no. So what we can do, instead of just isolating this one set of muscles and trying to strengthen them, is to actually connect them with other muscles that are adjacent. So today we're going to start with some muscles in the buttocks area and the whole hip joint area and connect those with our pelvic floor muscles. So begin by just shifting your weight a little bit left and right. So you're not doing a big movement here, just a little bit. Maybe you can feel your sitting bones. And one of the things that's really important about the Feldenkrais method is that what we're primarily doing is bringing awareness. We're not saying do this 20 times and then you're going to get the result you need. We're looking for improvement, and we're looking for awareness being brought to the movement so that our nervous system can learn from it. So just taking your weight a little bit left and a little bit right. And just notice how you do this. Notice if you're holding tension in, say, your belly or your shoulders, and see if you can let go of that. And now, while you're doing this, start pulling up on your pelvic floor. So when you lift your left sitting bone, pull up on your pelvic floor. Let go of the movement. Lift up on the right. Pull up on the pelvic floor. And pull up on the pelvic floor while you're doing the lifting. So in this way, we're connecting that set of muscles to the pelvic floor. Really. So just keep doing that a few times. And you don't have to do it very big. Another basic tenet here is do it small enough that you don't experience any pain or discomfort. And if this is really hard for you and you feel like you're having to put too much effort into it, then just do it smaller. The nervous system can't tell the difference. So once you've done this for a little while and you start feeling pretty comfortable with it, lift up your one side, lift up your pelvic floor, pause, and now lift and lower the pelvic floor a few times with your hip lifted. So just do that a few times and then let it all go. Go over to the other side, lift the pelvic floor and your hip, and then lift and lower the pelvic floor. So we're differentiating. So the movements can be done separately, but we also want them done together. And just do that a few times, maybe a couple of times on either side, and then go back to the original movement. So now go back to just lifting and lowering the pelvic floor while you're lifting the hip joint. I got a couple more tricks. So the next one is to pull up on the pelvic floor, and now keeping the pelvic floor lifted up, lift up the right and the left hip joint while you keep the pelvic floor lifted. And just do that a few times. Let go of the pelvic floor, rest for a moment, and then do it again. Lift up the pelvic floor, and then lift and lower the hip joint. And always be on the lookout for unnecessary tension. I'm holding it in my belly right now, trying to let go of that. The shoulders, the jaw, the toes start to curl. Just other parts of the body go, I can help, and they can't. So try and let them go. And now let that go. Again, rest for a moment, maybe go back to the original movement if you want to. And so now here's the big finale. Rest for a moment. And now, after having done all that other stuff, see if you can lift up on the pelvic floor and have that initiate the movement of lifting up your right hip joint. And then do the same thing on the left. Lift the pelvic floor and see if you can lift the left hip joint. And just do that. So you're initiating the movement from the pelvic floor. Pretty cool, huh? So one of the things I found after I had a hysterectomy was I was still having some problems. And I noticed that after I did a whole series of lessons from Deborah Bose, who is fabulous, by the way. She's a Feldenkrais practitioner who's also a pelvic floor PT, and she just has wonderful wonderful lessons in that. And I noticed that after I did those series of lessons, when I started to cough, I could feel all these other muscle groups helping. I could feel my belly bracing. I could feel my hip joints, the muscles in my buttocks start to help. So everything was coming in together to help support the pelvic floor. And that's what we're looking for. Instead of just do 20 Kegels a day. No, don't do that. Do this every once in a while. You can do this so small that nobody can see that you're even moving. So you can actually do this in meetings if you get bored. If you're not paying attention to the speaker anymore, you can just do this. Do it including these other muscle groups, and it will work a lot better for you. In the Feldenkrais method, we say we don't make muscles stronger, we make them smarter. So I hope you have a great day, and I really hope this lesson helps you.